Hello and welcome back to day 2 of the Kickstart challenge. Yesterday was all about vision setting, and thank you so much for joining me. And if you haven't done that bit yet, then don't worry, there is still time. You can go back and do it. And we're working our way through the vision triangle, which is a tool that I love to use with jewelry business owners well, any business owner really, but we're focused on jewelry, to work through what your vision is, how that relates to your goals, your action plans, your weekly routines, and then finally, we're going to look at the financial aspect of the business towards the end of the week. So, this is a 5-day challenge, which I encourage the whole community to get involved in if you are looking forward to building and growing a successful, profitable, and sustainable jewelry business this year. And this is just one of the many exercises that we work through together inside the Jewelry Business Academy, which is a 1-year online program which you are welcome to join. The deadline to join is in about a week or so. So if you're thinking about joining it, do get signed up right away. And it just means we have more time together to work through building and growing these businesses. I very much believe that building a business takes many years, not just one. But when you can work together with a coach and with a community and with other jewelers to really go through what happens in a jewelry business all year round, from January, February, March, it's very different, all the way through to Q4 towards the end of the year, when there's often those like Christmas sales and everything that comes with that. You can learn so much by doing a year in a business together. So that is what we do inside the Jewelry Business Academy, and I'm excited that lots of you are joining us already, but anybody else thinking about it, if you have any questions, do ask away. But yes, today we're coming back to our vision proposal, and we are looking at part 2, which is our goals. So hopefully you set your beautiful vision yesterday. If you struggled with it at all, don't worry. We are working swiftly through things this week. Take what you have, take your best version, even if it's just a sentence and you're not too sure about it, and we'll move forwards, because you can always come back and revisit these things in the future as well. And your vision will change from year to year. I've been running my business for, well, since I was 19, and now I'm 37, we'll be 38 this year. So it's a long time. And I've had lots of different visions. Often I find a vision might last a few years for me and my business, and then I'm kind of ready for an update, a change, something different that I want. So whatever your vision is now, we're just looking at that for this year. And I shared yesterday that mine in this kind of like pseudo jewelry business is all about joy and the connection with the customers, gemstones, fine jewelry, these kind of things. So hopefully you have some key statements that you have front of mind that are about your vision. So next up, we're going to look at our goals. Now, I would encourage you to chunk the year up into 4 quarters for your goals, and to pick 4 goals for the year and assign 1 to each quarter. So the first quarter we're looking at now is January to the end of March. So a quarter is 3 months, 90 days. And then the next will be kind of from Easter to summer, then summer to the autumn. And then the final Q4 is usually the Christmas sales kind of quarter. So you can see here, I've got my big juicy goals. And this is how I like to put it together. And actually, as you're seeing the kind of documents that I'm showing you as well, it's quite a good opportunity to share that one of the main things that we do in the Jewelry Business Academy is put together what we call a Jewelry Business Growth Plan. And this is like a document, it's almost like a book that you create throughout the year that is a guide to running your jewelry business, your unique jewelry business. So all of these things that we do, we put them together, all the exercises, and it creates this real kind of handbook for you as you go forward in developing your jewelry business, which is amazing for you. It's also really helpful if you ever hire any staff or outsource anything, working with photographers, working with people who might do your branding, because you can give them either all of it or some parts of it. There's going to be financial stuff in there that might be more sensitive, and say, this is my business, this is the vision, these are the goals, these are the things that I'm working on, and immediately they can kind of understand who you are and what you do. So we've got 4 goals, 4 quarters. So I'm going to read my ones out just as an example for you. But of course, depending on where you're at in your business, you will have totally different kind of goals as to what you want to achieve. Now, the main challenge that I find people face with this exercise is picking just 4. And I found that challenging as well. So I was like, but I want to do these other things, and may have squeezed in a few extras. But generally speaking, having focus in our business and focusing on 4 kind of big things that we want to achieve in a year is what's going to move us forward way better than saying, here's 20 things I need to do this year, getting overwhelmed, not doing any of them particularly well, and not being able to focus on them. Remember that these businesses will often be running them for a decade, a couple of decades, many decades. So everything that you want to do, there will be time to do it. But we need to pace ourselves. It is a marathon, not a sprint. And having the focus to do something well is going to be more important for ourselves and our business than overwhelming ourselves with too much. So my first goal, January to March, is to create an initial collection of 12 pieces to showcase my work and what I plan to sell to my customers. Now, just to give you some background, this business that I'm talking about is a commission focused business. It's more about selling commissions, but I'm going to start with some collections to show what I can do, to show what I want to do and what I want to sell. So in this example, I'm making a commission kind of based collection of 12 pieces that I would want someone to come to me and say, can you make me one of these? Or can you make me this, but with a different gemstone? Or can you make me this, but in gold because it's in silver, for example. So again, this is one particular business. There's lots of different ways to do things. And this is a new business, so I need to create pieces. I don't have pieces yet. And 12 pieces feels like a really nice number for an initial collection. It's a manageable amount for me to create in the 90 days, and it's going to be my main focus. It doesn't mean that I won't do other things in that time. I will be doing social media, some marketing, kind of building things, but my focus, my main goal is to create that 12-piece collection. That's kind of like my non-negotiable. So everything else, if I need to drop it, then I will, to focus on this. So I want to ask you, what is your non-negotiable goal between now and March? What is the one thing that you want to focus on and achieve? And try and make it as specific as possible. Here I've said I'm going to create an initial collection. It's going to be 12 pieces. It will be done by March, and it's going to showcase what I want to sell. So I've got some real boundaries there to work around in terms of what I'm creating. So that's the first goal. So something specific, something achievable, but that encourages you, that stretches you, that's exciting. I think this time of year, often making is quite a big part of it, but it might be that your goal is to work on your business for the first quarter of the year. It might be that your main goal is to do training. There's no right or wrong. It might be that you're selling mostly this time of year, and so your main goal is around marketing. So that's my first quarter goal that I'm going to be focused on. Quarter 2, which is April to June, I want to ask you what's going to be your main focus and your main goal for that time period. So here I've put, and again, remember, this is a new business. I'm going to take photos of the 12 pieces that I made. So my goals are leading on from each other. And I'm going to create a website to showcase my portfolio before I begin selling. So I have been a little bit cheeky there and put photography and websites into one. But I'm not saying that my website's going to sell anything. It's going to be a simple portfolio website. So it is more achievable for me to take pictures, get them uploaded. And that's the other thing we can do with our goals, is break them down into tasks and say, okay, if I want to create a website that's all singing or dancing, selling everything, instead of trying to do that in one go, what's the first step I can take? What's the easiest quick win I can get so that I can move forward with the business, start promoting it, and then I will of course upgrade it and make changes and things as I go through the business as well. So that's quarter 2. Photographs, simple website, so that I can start showing people, this is what I want you to order from me. Quarter 3 is July to September, and in this quarter, I'm going to set up and implement a simple marketing plan to bring initial customers to my business and sales into my business this year and beyond. So again, very focused. Up until now, I may have done marketing, I will have probably posted on social media and done some things to warm up, but it's not been the key focus. It's been kind of on the back burner. Whereas this quarter, I'm saying I'm going to go for it with the marketing. I'm going to really go all in on posting on Instagram, Reels. I'm going to show progress shots of all the pieces that I made. I will have spent some time filming what I've done whilst I'm making so that I've got that kind of collateral to work with. And then my goal here is not just to market, but to bring initial customers and sales into my business. So I'm going to be focusing on sales as well. Now, I don't want you to worry too much at the moment about how you're going to do any of this. It's just about what you're going to do. So we looked yesterday at your why, at the vision. Now we're looking at what, and there will be future days to look at how. So we break it down so it doesn't get too much in one go. Quarter 4 is October to December, and this I'm going to focus on my Christmas sales with a small additional Christmas collection. So how am I going to, I've started looking at how a little bit in my goals. So how I'm going to focus on my Christmas collection is making a smaller giftable collection that is easier for me to make, that's not going to take too long. And I'm going to be kind of using that to sell at Christmas, because I know building a commission-based business is going to take a few years, and I may not get many sales in the initial years because it takes time to build that trust. So I'm going to have this little Christmas collection, which is kind of quick, easy things that people can purchase if they want to be part of my business this year. I'll also be attending a few Christmas fairs and launching an online campaign to sell my work in this season. So there are a few things in there, but the goal is the same, which is focusing on Christmas sales. So creating something that I can sell for Christmas, doing a couple of events, and using my marketing to promote what I'm selling that time of year. So that's an example of 4 big juicy goals. And again, remember to try and put some numbers in your goals. So put how many pieces. Even with the marketing, you can be more specific and say what, you want your followers to go from this number to that number. It doesn't matter too much to me whether you exactly get what you've said. It matters more that you've set an intention and that you've gone after it, because that means we can track it, we can understand it, and we can try again with a different method if it's not working out. So that is the task for today, is to set yourself your 4 big juicy goals. I would love to see them. If you feel confident enough to share them, please do come and share them with us inside the Facebook group, the Jewels Academy Facebook group. Also, you can just send them to me on Instagram at Jewels Academy. It's great to share your goals. It gets other people more involved with them. And it kind of gives that a little bit of accountability as well. But most importantly, have a think about how those goals relate to the vision. So my goals very much relate to that vision of the business that I'm trying to create. And I want that to be the same for you, is you're thinking, okay, this is what I want to create. I can't do everything in one year, but I can do these 4 big chunky pieces that are going to take me roughly 3 months to work through. And what are they going to be? So good luck with setting your goals today, and I will see you back here tomorrow when we're going to take those goals and start looking at our action plan. So see you there very soon. Bye for now.